first such event that is being organized. I'm sure it's been a few more years. This is the first such event that is being organized. I'm sure in a few more years, and this is only the first step in that direction. Paddy and rice. I thank the honorable ministers. This is only the first step in that direction for supporting us in this effort. Thank the honorable ministers. We will keep this momentum going for supporting us in this effort. And thank you all of you, and all the best for today's event.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words and for protection of the farmers. Now, please join me in welcoming our next speaker, Mr. D.S. Chauhan, IPS Principal Secretary to the Government. He has to address Consumer Affairs and Food and Civil Supplies Department.
Good morning, everyone.
He has to address for 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Minister for Irrigation, CAD, Food and Civil Supplies, Honorable Shri Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Shri Tumla Nageshwar Rao Garu, Honorable Shri G. Channa Reddy, Vice Chairman, Planning Board, State Planning Board, dear Mr. Jeremy, Professor Janaiya, Dr. Prem Garg, my dear colleague, Shri Raghurandan Rao, and all the dignitaries on and off the dais. At the very outset, allow me to extend a very warm welcome to each and every one of you, the distinguished gathering here from all across the globe. Gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, we know that the global village is increasingly and exponentially realizing the need to come together, sharing our strengths, complementing each other's weaknesses, and above all, create a synergy towards convergence of ideas, thoughts, technology, and needs. It's a moment of enhanced privilege and honor for us that ICI has chosen our newly born state Telangana, but fastest growing state of Telangana in our beautifully diverse country, India. We cannot ever thank you enough for choosing this vibrant and convergence of cosmopolitan city of Hyderabad, capital of it's a moment of enhanced state privilege and for such an important and prestigious ICI has chosen our newly born together state Telangana, but fastest growing state of Telangana in our beautifully diverse country. Exporters and importers, we cannot ever thank you enough for choosing this vibrant and convergence of cosmopolitan city of Hyderabad. All of us will benefit from this moment of immense state privilege and such an important and prestigious each other. Has chosen our newly born together ahead state Telangana, but fastest growing state of Telangana. While on one hand, exporters and importers, we cannot ever for synergy some vibrant and convergence giant MNCs of all of us will benefit Microsoft, Amazon, immense sector privilege and such an important and each other. Has chosen our strong diverse crop ahead state Telangana, but fastest growing state of Telangana. While standing on one hand, exporters and importers, we cannot ever for synergy some vibrant and very giant MNCs of all of us require benefit Microsoft, Amazon, immense sector privilege and such an important and each other. Catering has chosen our strong diverse ahead state Telangana, but fastest growing state of Telangana. While standing on one hand, exporters and importers, we cannot ever for synergy some vibrant and very giant MNCs of all of us require benefit Microsoft, Amazon, immense sector privilege and such an important and each other. Catering has chosen our strong diverse ahead state Telangana, but fastest growing state of Telangana. While standing on one hand, exporters and importers, we cannot ever for benefit for synergy some very giant MNCs of all of us require benefit Microsoft, immense Telangana state and such an important and each other. Has chosen our strong diverse ahead state Telangana, but fastest growing state of Telangana. While standing on one hand, exporters and importers, we cannot ever for benefit also very giant MNCs of all of us require benefit climate immense Telangana state and such an important and each other. Has chosen our strong diverse ahead state Telangana, but fastest large array of varieties. Why we are also proof
Now, please join me in welcoming our next speaker, Professor Janaya, advisor, ICI, share remarks on today's event.
Good morning.
Professor Janaya, advisor, ICI, share remarks on today's event.
Good morning. Made to a reality today, and
Professor Janaya, advisor, ICI, share remarks on today's event.
good morning. The advantage of the green revolution rise.
Professor Janaya, advisor, ICI, share remarks on today's event.
Good morning. The advantage of the today, almost 25 years back.
Professor Janaya, advisor, ICI, share remarks on today's event.
Good morning. The advantage of the today, almost 25 years back.
Professor Janaya, advisor, ICI, share remarks on today's event.
Good morning. Years back, enormous transformation economy.
Professor Janaya, advisor, ICI, share remarks on today's event.
Good morning.
Advisor, ICI, share remarks on today's event.
Later it has become a tradable commodity now, particularly after 2000. Now it is food crop, more than a year ago, commodity. Now, he was telling that I am organizing these events outside India for last 22 years. Commercial. Then I asked him, why don't you organize similar things in India? That I am organizing these events outside India for last 22 years. Then I asked him, why don't you organize the government has supporting events outside India for last 22 years. Rice business, and we want at least another new 4 or 5 rice peppers, rice exporters. Traders coming from other countries, build a network, and we can have even business deals, business agreements. You don't need to go to 20 countries. All are here now. That's why our millers are here, our traders are here from different parts of the country. With this, once again, thank you very much for coming all over here. Particularly, I warmly welcome and respectfully thankful to our beloved ministers, business, agreements. You don't need to go to 20 countries. All are here now. That's why our...
Thank you. Thank you for wonderful words, sir. Now, please put your hands together for our next speaker, Mr. Jeremy Zwinger, President, Founder, CEO of International Commodity Institute. Please share a few insights on this event, sir.
So normally this is the time I'd give a 2-hour talk, but I'm not going to. We're going to give a 2-minute talk. And first, just to welcome everybody. I think our people have already said just the welcome so well. But I want to thank all of the crowd now, all of our sponsors, all of the trade throughout the world. I think this is our best first-year event our company's ever done, which is a great achievement. You know, to have around 400 people. I think we counted 25 countries have come to the event. 400 people, 25 countries for a first-year event is a great achievement. So I'm going to give the 1-minute summary of the rice market. Usually I give a big address and I have slides and we have some fun talking about what's going to happen. So I'm just going to give you a couple of things I think is going to happen in the world. Number 1, India will be the biggest rice exporter again. 2, I think the crop's going to be very good, so they're going to have a lot of rice. In addition to my friend who is watching the FCI stocks, I watch the FCI data every day it comes out, along with Dr. Sam Mohanty does as well. We watch the world trade very closely. 3, I think you're going to see some movement in price. You know, the grains prices went down this year and rice stayed high, probably due to Indonesia buying so much and the Philippines buying so much. But Africa is going to really struggle. So I think you're going to see some price reduction as we move forward. And when India gets more free with their exports, especially after the monsoon is known, it's going to be a much different market, especially as we have to develop back and compete against some of these markets in Africa. So I think there's a lot of speakers that come after me. I don't want to take too much more thunder. I would just remind everybody that food is so important. You know, I grew up actually farming and I did yield trials before I became an economist and a business owner. So every piece of this, and I was just extolling in our private meetings, India doesn't get the credit it deserves in the trade often. It doesn't give it the credit it's deserved as a country, how much it's progressed. And one thing that's dear to my heart, the irrigation, I didn't really even truly understand until just recently the minister was coming, but I've told so many people in the world that the irrigation advancements in India is an achievement every country in the world should have told to. It has changed your industry with no press, no economist writing an article. And I think to me that's one of the biggest achievements that has led to this large supply. Amazing contribution of irrigation, which has led to increase in rice insulated against some of these monsoon issues. So much more to talk about over the next 2 days, many greater speakers than me. And of course, we have our wonderful, and she's done such a good job, announcer. With that, I just want to thank you guys for your time. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. I just appreciate this event so much. All the work that Dr. Janaya has come in and Sam Mahatni. I just appreciate you all so much, and thank you for your time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Now, put your hands together for our next speaker. Is none other than Dr. Samrendu Mohanty, Vice President, ICI. Please share your wonderful words, sir.
Good morning, and Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Minister of Civil Supplies, Vice Chairman of Planning Commission, Principal Secretary Mr. Raghunandan Rao, and our Mr. Chauhan sir from Civil Supplies, Dr. Garg, from TRIA here, Rajiv ji. Let me thank the government of Telangana, particularly our Honorable Agriculture Minister, Principal Secretary sitting there, and also one other guy I would like to thank is the Agriculture Director, who is still busy there instructing to his staff there. They have been instrumental in organizing this particular conference in the state there. Thank you very much. Give a big hand to the state of Telangana and the Agriculture Department for hosting this particular event there, first time in India. I think everybody knows the importance of India in the world market, food security there. I don't know if you know, last 10 years, it's India during the COVID time and many other occasions, it's the Indian exports which kept the rice prices low in the global market, feeding millions of poor people in Africa and our neighboring countries there. So India has done an incredible job in feeding the poor people in Africa particularly and our neighbor in Bangladesh and Nepal there. So we have achieved a lot and many in the global rice market. I think the objective of this particular conference is to showcase Indian rice. As our secretary said, this is the food basket of India. Rice food basket of India. This is rice surplus state there. I would like to encourage all our foreign delegates to get a chance to visit. Some of them visited already the rice mills in the state. Look at the infrastructure in the state. Look at what the state has to give it to them in terms of the rice export to the other countries there. And many of our foreign delegates, I would like to request our Honorable Agriculture Minister to shed light on the fate of Indian export ban. Everybody is concerned about Indian export ban, and they are here to know whether India will remove the ban or India will remove any sort of restriction. So we would like to hear that from our Honorable Agriculture Minister, the future of export ban. And again, I welcome you all from all over the world who have come here to participate in this particular event. Hopefully this is the beginning of a new trend in India where you continue to do the rice conference in the future, bring the traders of the world there. Thank you very much. I think I would like to also thank the delegates who have traveled outside India. If you can, I don't know, I know there are a lot of foreign delegates sitting behind in the backside. I think thank you very much for traveling all the way from Brazil to Africa to a lot of Southeast Asian countries to come and attend this meeting there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for amazing words. Please welcome our next speaker, Dr. Prem Garg, President, Indian Rice Exporters Federation, IREF, with your energetic claps.
Honorable ministers, secretaries, and exporters, and consulate general, and good morning to everyone. As a Indian Rice Exporter Federation, IREF, I thank you to the Telangana government and TRT who organized first time this rice conference in India, which is really remarkable because as people doesn't know, maybe India exporting to the world and feeding to the world 40% of their consumption out of India. And India is exporting about 22 million ton past few years. And we have to appreciate to TRT and Telangana government mainly because who taken the initiative to organize. Because last so many years we never seen any rice conference in India organized, even being a largest exporter of rice. And we are right now sitting in bowl of rice state Telangana, where Telangana is growing 16 million ton rice every year and mainly exported this non-basmati rice to African countries. And there is a few varieties which really appreciable and good varieties exporting to US and European countries also from Telangana. Right now, these export figures we like to discuss. You know, the country in India, total crop is about 135 million ton, which is the second largest in the world because China is the number one and second is India. And right now we say over this Telangana is growing the rice equivalent to Thailand crop, entire country. And right now, India need this. If government, I urge to them, they can organize some campaign. If Telangana can bring pesticide-free rice, definitely we have the scope and market in the world where we can export value-added rice and good quantity of export from India. So as we are entering in this next 2 days and sharing lot of rice exports, etc., and we exported India in 2023, 17.5 million ton rice, where basmati rice export is about 5 million ton, parboiled rice is about 7 million ton, and total non-basmati rice export where major share is Telangana and Andhra is 12.5 million metric ton. And in this last January to till today, India exported about 4.8 million metric ton rice, and out of that, only 800,000 ton white rice we exported. Why? Because last year, 20th July, Indian government banned the white rice and 100% broken white rice and restricted to export through NCEL. Because of that, Indian share in the rice export of white rice immediately came down, but Indian exporters, and on the behalf of our members, where our federation 7,500 members are there, all over India and 14 state offices, we are going to achieve this year again about 16 million ton exports. Even there is white rice and parboiled rice export is not allowed. And thank you very much for calling, and again, thank you very much organizing this wonderful program here. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing such a beautiful insight, sir. Thank you so much. Please welcome our next speaker, Mr. B.V. Krishna Rao, President, the Rice Exporters Association, TREA. Okay. Now, please put your hands together for our next Honorable Mr. G. Chinna Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman of State Planning Board.
Sorry.
Good morning to you all. I am very happy to be here this morning. It is a coincidence. Today is the International Food Security Day. We are holding this International
Rice Summit here. I am extending a hearty welcome to you all. The Honorable Minister Sri Tummal Nageswarrao Garu, Honorable Agriculture Minister of Telangana, Sri Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Honorable Minister for Irrigation and Civil Supplies, Government of Telangana, Sri Revanth Reddy Garu, Honorable Chief Minister was supposed to be the chief guest today, but he had a meeting at Delhi. Due to his preoccupation, he has gone to Delhi. He asked me to convey his good wishes to you all. And also Sri Raghunandan Rao Garu, Sri the chairperson, Mr. Jeremy Winger, President, International Commodity Institute, and Dr. Prem Garg, Sri D.H. Chavan Garu, Honorable Principal Secretary, Department of Civil Supplies, B.V. Krishna Garu, and other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Rice is the staple food of South India people. Not only South India, it is expanding to Northern India also. I have seen in Northern India where wheat is grown very widely. States like Haryana, Punjab, wheat is grown during Rabi season. But now the Punjab and Haryana, they are growing rice during rainy season, Kharif season, and as usual growing wheat in the Rabi season. And in Northern India also, people habituated to take rice, and the rice consumption is very much increasing. In Telangana, due to providing irrigation facilities, the rice cultivation has been increased very much. Production also has much increased, and now we are looking for avenues to export our paddy. This is the right time to clinch a deal with Mr. Jeremy Winger. Please buy our rice so that our farmers can get better price. No doubt Government of India is announcing minimum support price, and state government also announced to give 500 rupees per quintal as bonus those farmers who grow fine rice varieties. Here in paddy production, transplantation is a big problem in paddy production. We have very good harvesters, we have very good weedicides, and paddy crop is a labor intensive crop, and labor charges are very much increasing day by day. That's why paddy cultivation is not remunerative to the paddy growing farmer. If we can develop a farmer friendly transplantation machine, then paddy cultivation will be very easy, and farmer can get better profit on paddy production. And also here the Government of India should think. In Israel we have commodity boards. Government is nothing to do with the fixation of price and buying the commodity from the farmers. And commodity boards are empowered to announce the price and also procure the produce from the farmers. In that commodity boards, 50% will constitute farmers and scientists. Remaining 50% constitute scientists, traders, and other related people. That's why farmer is getting very good price in Israel, and also straight away they are exporting to other countries, mostly to Europe. Will constitute in India farmers. Also, and I request our honorable Minister Sri Tumal Nageswara Garu constitute scientists to think on those lines and have a dialogue with Government of India to have a commodity board to be constituted in Telangana so that we have only two major crops in Telangana. One is paddy, another is cotton. These two crops, we can have two commodity boards. We can announce the price to procure, and also we can assure the farmer this much quantity we can buy from you if you can grow. These two crops, major crops in Telangana, and farmer, they have to be given support from the government, then only farmer can survive. And I think Mr. Janaya Garu, he is the advisor of this ICI. You please prevail over Mr. Jeremy and also see that our Telangana paddy, mostly super fine rice, can be bought by the ICI and it can be exported to America and other very much developed countries so that our farmer can get a better price. This is my request with you, and also those who have gathered here from different countries and all over the country, you please think of buying our Telangana rice and exporting it to other countries. This is my sincere request with you. With these few words, I conclude. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much. And yeah.
I'm going to jump in for 1 second. So we're going to adjust the schedule. I thank our ministers for their patience. I know you've adjusted your schedule. Several of them have 11 o'clock meetings. So I apologize to our good friend at TRIA. We've moved the schedule just to show you respect. We're going to move very quickly to our next speaker because I know he's trying to run. And I'm going to hand it back to our wonderful announcer, just so you know that we're moving it around and trying to be very respectful to our guests. So thank you.
Thank you. With great honor and privilege, I welcome Captain N. Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Honorable Minister of Irrigation and Civil Supplies, Government of Telangana. Please welcome him with your energetic claps, please.
Announcer.
Mr. Jeremy Zwinger, President, International Commodity Institute, Honorable Shri Tumal Nageswara Garu, Honorable Agriculture Minister, Honorable Shri Chinna Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman of the State Planning Board, Professor Aldas Janaya, Advisor, International Commodity Institute, Dr. Prem Garg, President, Indian Rice Exporters Federation, Mr. B.V. Krishna Rao, President, Rice Exporters Association, Mr. D.S. Chauhan, Principal Secretary, Civil Supplies, Mr. Raghunandan Rao, Commissioner and Secretary, Agriculture. At the outset, it's a pleasure and a privilege and an honor to be invited to address this August gathering. And for all of you who have come from all parts of Telangana, all parts of the country, and from many other countries, it's an honor and a pleasure to invite you all to Hyderabad, and I hope you have a very pleasant stay. We are, our government is pro-farmer, and we have a focused approach towards not only protecting the farmer interest, but also providing them all kinds of support and benefit. The government is encouraging farmers by providing input subsidy, good quality seed and fertilizers, and purchasing paddy from farmers at a viable price. Telangana farmers harvest 3 crops of paddy in many places, harvest mainly 2 crops, in many places even 3 crops of paddy in a year. Telangana has now emerged as the rice bowl of India, standing second in paddy production in the country, and paddy production in the state stands at a staggering 265 lakh metric tons a year, out of which 94 lakh metric tons is procured by the government at minimum support price. As both an irrigation minister and food and civil supplies minister, I can assure the distinguished guests on the dais and the audience that year on year, I expect that the paddy production in Telangana will further increase because we are increasing our irrigation facilities, and also hopefully we are going to better and better productive varieties. So the figures that I mentioned, we will probably improve on them year on year. I also take pride in stating that Telangana state is producing the best varieties of paddy. We grow coarse, fine and superfine varieties. Of these superfine and fine varieties paddy like Telangana Sona, Jai Sri Ram, HMT, Sona Masuri and Samba Masuri have an excellent quality, great demand and fetch premium price in the market, and have also a very good export quality. Our country as a whole believes in the concept of food security to ensure that the poorest of the poor at all times get access to the basic food for excellent quality and healthy life. Great demand, right to food is treated as a fundamental right in the market as an extension of right to life, quality, which is enshrined in our constitution. Our country as a whole believes in the concept of food right security to live with human dignity, which to ensure that right to food and basic necessities. Our National Food Security Act envisages and mandates the state to provide sufficient nutritious food grain to all the needy and holders of food security card at minimal or zero cost. The government, to ensure food security to the people, is distributing the rice realized after milling of paddy purchased from farmers to the targeted beneficiaries through food safety net schemes. The government has also taken up fortification of rice with micronutrients to address hunger and other micronutrient deficiencies, and around 30 million beneficiaries in the